Tonight on Alaska's news source, 2 people known in Ketchikan are found dead after a home caught fire. Plus, firefighters are battling flames on the Kenai Peninsula in an area a large fire hit about a decade ago.
And strong winds continue to build across South Central through the weekend, with the next round of wet weather arriving in southern portions of the state.
And an education center opens, and it's designed for research and monitoring Cook Inlet beluga whales and other marine life.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
2 people in Ketchikan were found dead after a fire broke out at a home on Lincoln Street, and 1 firefighter was taken to the hospital. That's according to the city of Ketchikan, who has identified the people who died as Bill and Brenda Michelson. The city says a resident on the first floor of the building noticed the fire and called 911 around 2:30 this morning. The firefighter was treated and released from the hospital for cardiac complaints. And on the Kenai Peninsula, firefighters are battling a human-caused fire. The Alaska Division of Forestry and Fire Protection says a pilot and a boat operator reported the fire last night. DOF says it's burning along a waterway in an area that burned in the 2014 Funny River fire. As of Saturday morning, the fire was about 8.2 acres. Burn permits have been suspended in the Kenai-Kodiak area, as well as the Fairbanks and Delta prevention areas. And strong winds are contributing to fire danger across the interior, but other areas across the state can expect those gusty conditions through the weekend. We check in with meteorologist Bailey Brain for the details.
Thank you, Michaela. Yeah, strongest wind gusts as of right now are over the Aleutians and gradually moving up into South Central for today and into Sunday. However, we also have some fire danger concerning areas into the interior, such as Delta Junction. Now, with our wind gusts, you can see strongest wind gusts peaking into Cold Bay at 55 miles per hour. Not too far behind into areas like Bethel and Anchorage, though, at 41 miles per hour. These strong winds in South Central are expected to continue into Sunday afternoon, reaching as high as 55 and even 65 miles per hour. Now, into the interior, we have a wind advisory, as well as we do in Anchorage and the Mat-Su Valley. These wind advisories will expire by Sunday evening, but you might notice that little pink mark. That is that red flag warning for that fire danger expected into Delta Junction. Now, this is for those very dry conditions, but also very windy conditions. So please be aware of the fire danger in your area. We're also concerned with this flood watch and this flood warning into portions of western Alaska, such as Buckland and Galena. Galena is where that flood warning is really a concern as of right now. But as we look ahead for today and later on during the full forecast, we'll be paying attention more to those flood watches that remain for most of many areas in western Alaska, as well as that red flag warning into Delta Junction and those strong winds continuing in South Central. Now in Anchorage and into the Mat-Su Valley, we have plenty of that sunshine today, so it's nice to get outside. However, more of these winds and even some of that cloud cover is expected to roll in through the overnight hours tonight and carry into Sunday. Into the interior, windy conditions will begin to build, mostly for Delta Junction, but in Fairbanks, you will still feel some of those strong breezes. Sunny skies are expected with highs in the 60s for Sunday. And for Southeast, wet weather is returning to you by tomorrow, mostly for the afternoon hours. Now, for right now, these temperatures sitting closer to 60 degrees across the interior with plenty of that sunshine to go around. Meanwhile, in Southeast, more of that wet weather is expected to roll in by tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies expected for areas like South Central as that next storm begins to move in, making landfall through the overnight hours. Higher elevations can expect some of that snow potential, but for those low-lying areas, the main concern is going to be mostly that rain and those stronger winds. So for Southeast, brace for more of that wet weather by tomorrow, and also enjoy these warmer temperatures coming to you in the interior in the mid-60s.
The Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center just opened a new educational facility aimed at teaching the next generation of Alaskans about the marine life of the Turnagain Arm. Charlie Fellows takes us to Portage to show how it's already touching hearts.
And so all of these bones are real.
Lily Gerbavats and her Cook Inlet beluga whale skeleton are right in the center of one of Alaska's most unique ecosystems. The Point, as they call it, is where the Placer and Portage rivers meet the Turnagain Arm, creating a unique confluence of river, mountain, and sea. It's also the home of these whales, and as of this weekend, a new education center designed to help protect them.
I sit on the Cook Inlet Beluga Whale Recovery Implementation Task Force. A big part of that is education and outreach. So it's our job to share with guests who come and visit us, to share with students about Cook Inlet beluga whales so that we can all contribute to their conservation.
The Matson Ocean Education Center officially opened to the public Saturday, the culmination of many years of work, 7 in Gerbovatz's case, with a concrete mission.
People protect what they love, and people will love what they understand. That is why this place matters. Because when a child sees a beluga for the first time, or a sea otter, or a bison, that affects them to their core.
The center will be open to the public daily, with naturalist-led programs and educational materials to peruse, all while basking in the splendor of the Turnagain Arm.
The location is honestly one of the coolest parts of this whole project. Standing at the point surrounded by the mountains and the water, you can witness some of the largest tidal variations in the world. You can also spot those iconic white arch of a surfacing Cook Inlet beluga whale and just really experience how alive the whole ecosystem really is.
That one's gonna punch me in the emotional gut. Getting to be part of a project like this is a highlight of my lifetime. I couldn't be more excited to have this space and all of these materials to help educate the public and students of Alaska about endangered Cook Inlet beluga whales.
Charlie Fellows, Alaska's news source.
Honoring their sacrifice, Interior Alaska community members gathered on Thursday to recognize the peace officers that have been killed in the line of duty during Alaska's history. Alex Spengel was there to capture the ceremony.
Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire.
Since 1897, 72 law enforcement officers have been killed while serving, according to Captain Eric Spitzer with the Alaska State Troopers. Police officers, U.S. Marshals, state troopers, and more. The community gathering to pay tribute to the fallen, observing Peace Officers Memorial Day.
Your support strengthens our law enforcement community. Your presence here honors not only the fallen, but also their families and loved ones.
The names of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice were read out to the assembled crowd, each name accompanied by the ringing of a bell.
Deputy U.S. Marshal William C. Watts, U.S. Marshal Service, September 1st, 1897. Deputy U.S. Marshal James Mark Roman, U.S. Marshal Service, February 1st, 1898.
Retired Alaska State Trooper Jeff Hall speaking frankly about the toll the job can take, from taking a life to losing one's friends in the field.
If you get to the point where you can't handle it, go find somebody, go to your sergeant, go to your captain, go to whomever, and tell them that you need to take some time and try to kill all the demons that are bouncing around inside your head.
A wreath laid, the colors presented, and proclamations read from the governor and the mayors of Fairbanks, North Pole, and the Fairbanks North Star Borough. The event, first proclaimed by President John Kennedy in 1962, comes during National Police Week. Interior Alaska doing its part to honor those who gave their lives in service. Alex Spengel, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.